Elgin Radio Award, welcome to my review for Need for Speed, a film that's recently just come out today in the UK. I haven't to get confirmed. There you go, awesome stuff. So, let's talk about Need for Speed. Why did you black up the sun? So Need for Speed stars Aaron Paul, the guy who played Jesse in Breaking Bad. That's one of the reasons I wanted to watch this movie, purely to see his kind of acting performance after that series. And being fact, he's a really fantastic, performances in Breaking Bad, and nice to see one of his first kind of film debuts. As far as I know, this is one of his first movies that he's done. It's definitely the most recent material he's done after that series, so it's made me curiosity in that sense. From the trailers that were presented and stuff like that, it looked decent enough, I suppose. I thought the trailer music was good, but it could have been edited in a certain way, and after watching the movie, the trailer's kind of better than the movie is making out to be. The story for Need for Speed is a revenge movie. It follows Agon's character, basically his friend gets killed and he gets put to prison, obviously wrongly accused, and he gets back out to try and get personal revenge on this character named Dino Booster, and that's pretty much it really. The storyline is not the main kind of focus here, you can clearly tell that. From the trailer it made it out to be like a really dark, serious kind of film. It happened to be called Need for Speed, based upon the games kind of thing, and the trailer made it out to be something that it is definitely not, and I felt as an actual revenge movie it is definitely quite weakened. It doesn't know what it kind of wants to be. It doesn't, like films like Faster for instance, and the Death Sentence, you can kind of tell where these movies are going in a sense, and you can see this is a revenge movie for sure. You know the motivation, you know the reasonings and the emotional core right there. This one doesn't quite balance it right, it's like moments you can say, yeah, okay, it's leading to that, but it doesn't kind of fall through with its kind of revenge concept, It tries to add a bit of light-hearted humour in there, and there's definitely kind of stages which I can definitely say I didn't like. And there's some really good performances definitely in the movie, which is one thing I'm going to say is the positives, is that pretty much a good portion of the cast are actually quite good, and the acting performances are alright. Some characters are comic relief and you don't really care about. Some you didn't even know that well enough. There's like an ex-girlfriend kind of character in there, and she's in it for like 5 minutes as in the whole overall film. And yet she's important because she does help our kind of main character, but she doesn't really have much an opinion or much to say, and it's kind of like, oh yeah, I know you're innocent, so here's a car, goodbye. That's it, it doesn't kind of, like my friend said earlier after watching the movie, it doesn't explain what's going on properly, or who these characters are, or what's actually happening, and just there's just some errors definitely in terms of the actual script, and I can understand that definitely, and I think being the fact it's based upon the game series Need for Speed, you can tell that they basically wanted to cash in on this kind of Fast and Furious market, nothing but car chase sequences, kind of like that. And for actually one of the respects I'm going to give it is that the cinematography for the actual car chase sequences I thought were fantastic. This the director is a guy who did I think a war movie called Acts of Veteran or something along those lines. I think if that's named right. That was like a very intense kind of military side, Marines in a sense, camera work, and I think the camera for this is fantastic. It manages to capture the car speeds and lots of really cool angles, stuff like that, aerial shots and on the road type thing, and there's some quite sneaky shots in there linking to the games, like kind of like a third person view, like driving with the wheel, and you got like the actual miles per hour as it's coming up. I thought that was quite clever and quite cool, so I really liked how they did that. Basically there's 3 stages in the movie. The third stage is character development. It is the setup to it, and it's big character development in there. Second stage is after prison, trying to find what's going on. He's being hunted by a couple of people that basically want a bounty. I thought that was a bit meh. There's some cool more chase sequences, love interest, build up kind of thing, and then the third act is literally a map taken from Need for Speed Hot Pursuit and do a live action version of that. And to his credit, I like some of the sequences in that. I thought that was quite cool, intense. Chase sequence I thought was quite cool to look at. Visually it was quite cool to look at, and there's some good kind of Roblox kind of thing, but as a whole movie, overall, I think it's absolutely forgettable. I walked out of the film thinking, I'm never going to watch that movie ever again. It's not the best film. It's an okay film. The only reason you would watch this movie is to see, of course, Jesse, guy from Breaking Bad, in the movie, You probably see it for some of the car chase sequences, and that's about it. There's nothing really good value for this film to watch again. I got no expert. As a revenge movie, it doesn't quite fall through. The comedy sequences are quite like meh. Explanations are a bit lacking in places. Performances are okay. But that's all I got to say, really, to be perfectly honest. It's just a film which I'm never going to watch ever again. It's not an absolutely awful movie, but it's not a great one either. It's like a 2-hour movie, and there's so many things they could have done better, I think, or could have driven the story just a bit more further, but they're just very overstretched sequences, and it's kind of like, get to the main point, kind of thing. And at least the third act did actually entertain me to some degree with the whole sequences. And yes, it is trying to do the game but live action, and it did most of it okay, I think, perfectly honest. But do I care? No, I do not. I really do not care at all. And I wouldn't be surprised if they made like a dozen sequels or spin-offs or whatever. But the film for me is forgettable. I'm never going to watch it again. For a cinema watch, I watched it for free, so I'm not complaining. But for someone's paying good £10, good money, not going to get his money's worth, I don't think, perfectly honest. If you're going for a group of friends, maybe so, you have a laugh, you probably won't pay much attention to it. But as an overall movie, it's forgettable. Not going to watch it again. That's about it. So yeah, Need for Speed, that's my thoughts and opinions on the film. What are your thoughts, guys? Comment down below to know your opinions. So in the meantime, I just want to be, signing out.